envious of you becomes your friend, and they make a point of being your friend. They're very friendly. They love you. Yes. They want to help you. Yes, they want to assist you. Wow, this is great, because we never get enough of that in life. And then 6 months down the road, they start turning against you, start doing things that completely confuse you.
There are 38 envious personality types, and we're going to go over each of them one by one to get to know them. This is the reference we'll be using in chapter 3 of this book. The first one we're going to go over, and in my opinion, this is the most common one, especially amongst women, is the reputation ruiner. This is the envious person who uses the oldest trick in the book: ruins someone's progression and advancement by tainting their image socially. This is the envious person who does not mind going low. Bigger than sharing secrets or disclosing confidential information, this is the person who does not mind spreading slanderous lies about their target of envy to either reign superior over them or simply keep their target inferior. The reputation ruiner will often taint other people's perspectives and perceptions of their prey. Although slander can do damage and one's first response is to defend themselves to prove their innocence, it is actually best to wait this scenario out and let people assume. It may seem counterproductive to not defend oneself against someone who was blatantly lying to you or tainting other people's perception of you unwarranted, but it is important to not defend oneself because defense can turn into approval seeking. The reputation ruiner aims to ruin their target of envy socially in order to have power over them or to have them at their mercy, desperately pleading for others to believe their side of the story. The best thing to do is to show others and your perpetrator that their opinions, gossip, slander, and disapproval do not faze you. In due time, the perpetrator will feel defeated that their wicked scheme only impacted others and not their target. Also, it is best to wait things out. If you believe in the truth will always come to light, then the perpetrator's deeds will be revealed in due time. Having your reputation ruined or being the target of a smear campaign is the #1 tactic that envious people use. I made a video on this a while back, but when you're the target of a smear campaign, the best thing that you can do is to not try to defend yourself, is to not try to tell your side of the story. The best way to actually defend yourself is to keep quiet and to let your actions speak for you. The second envious personality type we're going to go over is the snake. Before we continue, I told you in part 1 that there are 38 envious personality types described in this book. I need to correct that because I recounted. There's 39. All right, let's continue. The snake. This is the envious person who lies in the wait, meaning they're waiting for an opportunity. And if an opportunity doesn't present itself, they will manipulate situations in their environment to create an opportunity. And they do not mind lying in the wait for extended periods of time in order to conquer their target of envy. This is the person who is double-minded. They are masters of deception, as the face they present is never consistent with the face they truly harbor. This is also the individual who will put a bad word about you to others without you knowing, even cheat with your partner or create division in your meaningful relationships. Even if this person seems sweet on the outside, there will always be something malicious taking place on the inside. This is one of the most dangerous, as they are typically the hardest to detect. They master the art of deception, illusion, and dishonesty. The best way to detect the snake is to take note of any lying, competitiveness, and apathy towards yourself and others. This is also an individual who can be detected when observing their gaze. They often have ruthless, evil eye contact. Their eye contact is exceptionally apparent when their target is flourishing in any area, i.e. receiving praise, receiving recognition, experiencing adoration, or simply showing happiness. Also, be wary of their sly manipulation tactics and the control they try to entail.
Stages of envy. Aside from providing theoretical content, let's dive into some context. How can we identify an envious person and take necessary precautions? Well, let's identify a general sequence. Envy is often a result of progressive instances. More often than not, envy presents itself in a prevalent sequence. Through mere observation, this book identifies 5 concrete stages that seem to be consistent regarding interactions with envious persons. The stages are also sequential. Stage 1. Admiration. Adoration, inspiration, attraction. This is the stage where the envious person is seemingly enamored by you and what you have to offer. This can be your talents, your looks, your relationships. The envious person will admire these positive attributes initially. Stage 2. Coveting. The next stage is coveting. This immediately follows the admiration stage because this is when the reality sinks in for the envious individual. This is when they realize that admiring your positive attributes is really them trying to live vicariously through them. When they face the harsh reality, they are not you, the bitterness sinks in. The feelings of adoration quickly shift to feelings of covetousness. Stage 3. Competition. Covetousness then leads to the next stage, competition. This is where an envious person aims to compete with a person in hopes of attaining what they have or outperforming a person they are envious of. Stage 4. Jealousy. When they realize that competing with the subject of envy is unsuccessful, the envious individual is then faced with another harsh reality. Competing is an unsuccessful strategy. At this point, feelings of jealousy have come to the surface. Actions will then become petty, cold, calculated, and conniving. Stage 5. Envy. Unsuccessful attempts on all platforms include inability to outperform their target of envy and the inability to defeat or derail their target. Actions in retaliation will then become irate, irrational, misguided, impulsive, and sloppy.